Hey everybody, welcome back to my page, and if you're watching this on YouTube, my channel. And before we get into the video, I'll give my usual shameless plug. If you're watching this on YouTube, welcome back. You can scroll up and down, however you get your videos. Check out my latest videos. I got book reviews, movie reviews, ride reviews, all kinds of different stuff on there. It's full of stuff. So if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that red button and subscribe. Now, if you're watching this on Instagram, hello, we're live. And thank you all so much for being here. Make sure you wave and let us know that you're here. We are going to have a moderator tonight who's going to be watching the comments and keeping us up to date so we don't have to, stop our conversation as much. So that'll be fun. And we're getting our tea right now. And before, I guess, as we get started, I'll go ahead and make sure everybody can see my co-host again with me. Are you in there? Oh, yeah, there you go. Hello, welcome back. Thank you for joining me again.
Thanks for having me.
So we decided to do something a little fun tonight. We decided, instead of the just Taylor Swift t-shirts but don't have an outfit idea yet, simple, there we go, very simple, more casual things that you can wear to the Eras Tour that are really subtly themed. So I do have my maroon shirt on, very basic. I know it's kind of a cheater outfit, but it is what it is. And then I also have my sneaks on that are very loud. There we go.
This kind of t-shirt you would probably get at American Eagle or Aeropostale back in the day.
Activity issues this evening.
My jeans are just a dark wash, and then in my hair, to kind of make it a little less subtle and give it a little bit of a, make it pop sort of, I got a sparkly headband, and then I've got a sparkly, you can't see it, sparkly clip in my hair to give it that bejeweled vibe.
Yes.
So, and then with that, you could also do a black sparkly shoe or sandal to kind of also make it pop a little more. So, yeah. That is my midnight look for tonight.
All right, and our tea this evening is... Oh, gosh, that's really hot.
I know.
Our tea
You gotta get yourself some tea.
Yes.
I do. It's on there.
The
Thank
tea
you.
is very hot. It just was brewed, but it is a French vanilla blend, and I am not going to drink this right now because I'll burn my mouth off, so I have to wait a little bit. But I am one of those people who likes lukewarm hot drinks. I don't drink them when they're super hot. I have to wait because I will burn my mouth. But it is a French vanilla tea inspired by Paris because it goes with our theme and it goes with our topic for tonight. We do have a couple people on already. Hey, Nate. Thank you for joining. Nate says, yo, what up? Your wife's going to be our moderator this evening, so she'll be right back to read those comments for us. How is the tea?
I haven't tasted it yet.
Oh, I thought you sipped it.
I was trying to, but I noticed how hot it was.
Yeah, it's very, very, very hot. Let me see if I can hear. Do you want to put it on?
It's really good.
You can put it on.
I think I can hold it. It's
Okay.
just, to put my mouth on it right now. I just needed a couple more seconds. I do like hot drinks. I just have to be careful sometimes because I can burn my mouth. But,
Yes,
yeah.
your whole mouth. Oh, great. So we are doing Swift Tea episode 2. This is going to be part 1. We know that we can be very long-winded when we talk about our girl Tay, so we already know that this episode is going to go longer than just one part, so you guys will have to stay tuned for part number 2. If you are watching on YouTube, you can check out Swift Tea episode 1, parts 1 and 2. Those are already up on YouTube, so you can go back and watch those. In that episode, we talked about Speak Now, Taylor's version. Tonight, we're going to talk about Midnights, and we're going to do the same kind of pattern that we did with the Speak Now videos. We're going to start with talking about the bonus tracks, ranking them in order of our favorites, and then when there's time, if there's time, then we'll go into the tea of who the songs are about and all that, which Midnights is going to be a very interesting album to discuss. It was her newest creation, not a re-record, so this was the newest studio album that she released, so might not have so many about other people. I think we're going to find that a lot of it is rumored to be about her. So, let's go ahead and get right into it. You're my guest, so you get to go first with your first one. Hopefully I can remember mine because my phone...
So we're ranking them from the bottom up, right?
Yeah, sure, let's count up. So we're going to start with our least favorite and work our way to the most favorite.
Okay, and then there were 8 of them.
Yes, so we're doing all of the Midnight's 3 a.m. tracks. So just to run down the list, that's High Infidelity, Would've, Could've, Should've, Glitch, Paris, the Bigger Than the Whole Sky, The Great War. We're also going to include Hits Different on this list, and which one am I forgetting? Let's see. Oh, Dear Reader. That's it.
Yeah. Nate said, yo, what up?
Hello, Nate. All right, so go ahead and start your least favorite. We're going to go from the bottom up.
Okay. So, let me just preface, they're all pretty good. Like, they all have, like, their things. But I guess if we're ranking from the bottom up, The Great War might be my least favorite.
Same.
Okay.
We agree again.
Yes,
we agree again.
Not that it's, I don't know, like, I know that she uses her music to express, like, how she's feeling, but I don't know, I just, like, wasn't drawn to it, and, like, yes, I love when she writes sad songs and stuff, but I just wasn't really feeling the vibe of that one, and, like, referring to it as The Great War, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The title of the song and then the lyrics don't quite...
It feels like she's subtly trying to be, like, spiteful in a way or something.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's not just a sad song, but it's also kind of like she's throwing in some shade.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Which, whatever. But it wasn't what I was expecting, kind of. But still like it, okay.
Yeah. This one is also bottom of the list for me. And this was one that the first time I heard it, I didn't love it. And the more I listened to it, it's not one of those ones that's growing on me in any way.
That could change for me.
It's
but
very
right
much
now.
It's been very much the same. And I know that a lot of people, like, there's a huge following about this song. Like, people are like the Great War stans, hardcore, like, yes, Great War, great, all day. And
What do you think?
It's not one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I think I skip over it.
Yeah. I mean, I listen to it if it's, like, in the list. I'm just like, it's
Okay.
alright. Yeah, it's alright.
Nate said, best way to share the stream, YouTube or IG?
I have different success on both. I think, so either one. You could I would say share it now via Instagram because it's live now, and then once the video, the playback gets posted, then you can share it there too. Because I have different success on both. Like, our very first episode, we had, like, lots of people, but then, like, after it's been posted for a couple of days on Instagram, I'll get, like, some comments and stuff. So I say share the live on Instagram, but share the playback on YouTube. Great question. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you.
And I didn't even tell him to get on.
Great.
Gold star. He's just our number one fan.
Yeah.
All right,
So am I. Well, you're like part of our crew.
Yeah,
so
you're
you're not
the
a
crew.
fan. You're like
Yeah.
crew member.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you were a fan, but then you became a. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. So we're gonna move up. So we agreed on that one. Number 8 was The Great War. For me, number 7 is Paris. This one, I like the beat of this song and I like the melody of it, but I'm not super blown away by any of the lyrics. It's just okay. Like, a solid okay. Like, it's fine. I listen to it, and, like, I kind of, like, do a little dance in my car while I'm listening to it, because, like I said, I like the beat and I like the melody. But other than that, it's okay. But we do have Paris-themed tea this evening, so.
There's some significance to it.
Yeah. I like it enough to pay homage to it in my choice of beverage for the evening. But other than that, and I think it's just because, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with Paris. I think I just like the other bonus tracks better.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
So, yeah.
For me, I would say number 7 is Glitch. Glitch is one of those ones that, like, it's very catchy, but I don't really connect with it necessarily, but it's one of those ones where, like, when it comes on, maybe, and you're in a good mood, and you're like, I think this made a bitch. Yeah, it's kind of like that, but it's one of those ones that I'm open to it growing on me more. I don't dislike it, so it's, like, fun because of the beat, but it's like what she mentioned a second ago about Paris. Like, I think I just like other bonus tracks on this album more than Glitch. So, wouldn't be like obviously wouldn't be my top choice because it's number 7. That's all I got for that one.
Yep, number 6.
All right. Number 6, High Infidelity.
Interesting choice.
It's a good song. It was hard to put that one so low. But again, there are a few that kind of go up. I mean, I think this one definitely is deeper and more meaningful. So yeah, I don't really have any like strong opinions about this one. I think it was a good song, but there are definitely just more on the bonus or on the deluxe tracks that I just liked more than this one.
Yeah, I actually also have High Infidelity at number 6. Nothing against it. I think it's really funny that April 29th is now High Infidelity Day. I'm sure we'll talk about that. Maybe
I had no idea that
episode, but maybe in tonight's episode, maybe in the next episode. But like, there was a very big viral trend using the audio of High Infidelity and like people showing what they did on April 29th of different years, and like people are using it to like announce their babies being born and a whole bunch of different stuff. It's been a whole viral trend.
Do you want to know where I was April 29th?
Yeah, and people are like showing themselves like in the hospital.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I like on April 29th I was doing something very like boring. I was like, I'm not making a reel of this.
I know some people did it when they were at the concert.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
So
funny.
that would definitely work.
So I like that part of it. I do really like some of the lines in this song. I really like the slowest way to kill someone, or the slowest way, I think it's the slowest way to lose the one you love is to never love them enough, or something. Like, that's a
That
really
was.
deep, powerful line. I really like that.
Yeah.
And it is a catchy song. It gets stuck in my head. I sing it a lot. But again, I think the other ones on the list just are, in my mind, better for whatever reason. Like, there's nothing wrong with the song. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's great. And I think it has great moments. But all of the ones above it, I'm just like, ooh, every time I hear that song, like, I get, I feel some type of way. And High Infidelity, I'm like, okay, yeah, like, I can listen to it. I can vibe. Like, I'm here. But it's not like, ooh, yeah.
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 Sorry.
Somebody new is here.
Learn, Play, Grow Preschool joined.
Hi, Chelsea! Thank you so much for joining.
Thanks.
We went to BG together.
Aww.
She just
Aw.
preschool in Toledo. Yeah. You guys
Sorry,
should
I
all
was eating.
plug for Chelsea. Learn, Grow, Play Preschool. It's her teacher account. She does some really, really cute ideas in her classroom. They are amazing. So I follow her. Shameless plug. You're welcome. Okay, it's my turn, right? Number 5.
Yep.
You are gonna not be very happy with me because I know what your number 1 is. So, my number 5 is actually Would've, Could've, Should've. And the only reason that it's this high on the list for me is because of the bridge. Because of that, like, the thrill of hitting you where it hurts part. Like, the whole bridge. And again, the bridge is very viral. Like, it went very big. The whole, give me back my girlhood, it was mine first. That's a huge line. I love that line. That is the reason it is, like, as high on the list for me. I don't love the intro melody. Like, the first time I heard it, I was like, oh, great, this is a slow song. And then it kind of picks up. It does pick up a little bit. It kind of grows in intensity as the song goes, which is nice. But I like the, now that I'm grown, I'm scared of ghosts line as well. I do like that one. But the bridge does it for me. It puts it very solidly in place number 5. Very solidly. Like, I was like, no, I can't go any higher than that.
Yeah.
Just because, again, the other ones, like, for whatever reason.
I know.
For all
So
different reasons.
tough. All right. Anything else about that one?
Nope. That was my number 5.
All right. Number 5 for me is Bigger Than the Whole Sky. I really like this one, and it's tough because, again, I love when she writes sad songs, and this one is extremely sad. Like, this one honestly is up there with All Too Well and, like, how sad it is, in my opinion. So I like it for that reason, but at the same time, it has a very negative undertone to it. Like, I'm never gonna meet someone who is you or something like that is somewhere in the lines there, and it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just like this very hopeless heart posture that, which again, it is a sad song, so like, of course it's going to. But I don't know. I like it, but it's not like in my top 2 or 3. But it's a very, very good one. I'll definitely be listening to it more. So yeah.
Okay. All right. I went first for that one, right? So now we're up to you, number 4.
Number 4.
Okay.
Number 4 for me is Paris. I like that one. I just feel like I get this vibe, like this inner child vibe. Like she's in love, she's feeling playful, and like she's just writing about all of her thoughts, like, and just like threw it into a song together. And it's just so cute and like.
It is a very cute song, and some of the lines are very cute. Like, I didn't see the news because we were in Paris, so it's like I don't care what else is happening in the world. Like, it's just, it is kind of like she's in the love bubble.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's a very cute song. I'll give you that.
Uh-huh.
And the beat is catchy for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I was getting the tea out, and I was like. Can't sing too much of them. You know, they won't post it. So. We got in trouble for that one time.
Really?
We were trying to do we never got to post our All Too Well short film review because I was like live streaming the actual video, and YouTube did not like that.
You have to
So
remake it.
I know, we do. We really do. It's on my list.
It's so good.
I know. Anyway, number 4. For me. Anything else for you?
I don't think so.
Okay. For me, it's number 4 is Hits Different. My husband bought me the lavender edition of Midnights just so I could have Hits Different because I was like, it's a song that not everybody else has, and I need to get this CD. It's only on this one CD. Well, then it ended up being on that other, like, Hits Different ended up being on that one specialty release, the Till Dawn or whatever. Like, Hits Different was on that one, so if you bought that one, it was the whole thing. But in the moment, it was the only way you could get it was to buy the lavender edition. But anyway,
You regret it.
No, I don't. Of course not. No.
There you go.
But I really like this one. I like the beat. I like the message of it. I think she is recalling a very deep love. Now, granted, she's also recalling a very deep hurt, but I think that's what love is. Love can be great, but it can also be really tragic and really traumatic. And, like, she's like, it hits different because it's you. Like, all of this hits different. This has never hit me this way before. And I think, now knowing that her and Joe broke up, we're going to talk about this more when we delve deep into the album, but I believe that the majority of the Midnights album was actually written by her alone and without Joe because they were already broken up.
That's what I heard too.
It just took it a while to come full circle, and I think that this song was written about him and her, like, her realizing, like, I can't get over this because it's you, it hits different. And there are so many good lines in this song, like, the sand burns my heart, but the sun burns my heart, but the sand hurts my feelings, or something like that. Like, I think that's a really good line. The part where she's like, I stopped getting invited places because it's just all of these things that I think people do in a breakup. Like, she just, in my opinion, she just summarizes it very, very well. And I just like it. I think it's catchy, and I love the possible drama behind it. I just think it's so interesting. And it's interesting that it was released after all the other ones. Like, why not just release it when the rest of the album came out? Like, there was this delay, so it's like,
Yeah.
Miro now joined. Miro?
Hi. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome. We're talking about Midnights. So yeah, that's it for me. Hits different. And I don't really have, I don't know, I just like it. When I was thinking through and I was like, oh yeah, it's different. Like, it's one that I will, like, listen to on repeat. Like, I'll listen to it and then I'll go back and listen to it again. It's, like, in the same caliber of, like, You're on Your Own Kid and Anti-Hero for me.
It's just a nice upbeat pop song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, anything else?
Nope. That's it. That's all I got. Oh, is it my turn or no? Because you did your number 4, right?
Oh, okay.
So it's my turn to do number 3?
Maybe, yeah.
My number 3 is actually Glitch. I love the melody of this one. I love, like, the techno-ness of it. I like the tempo. It's something a little bit different than some of the other ones. Like, it sounds different than anything she's ever done before, in my opinion. I think it has a really cool message as well. Like, the whole message behind Glitch is, like, you were supposed to be just this casual fling, like I was not. And then she's like, I think there's been a glitch because I'm actually like falling for you and wanting something more serious with you. And that's what happened to me, and that's my love story. So I think I relate to it a lot because when I met my husband, I was like, no way, never. And everybody knows this. He even knows this. Like, it was never supposed to be a thing. And then, like, I literally was like, I think there's been a glitch. Like, something's wrong. Like, this is not what I thought. This is not what I was expecting. So I relate to that song a lot, and I just think, I think it's a cute song. I think it's a well-written song. And, like, some of the ways that she said it, she's just like, I think there's been a glitch. Like, she's kind of, like, more casual in her singing, and I just think I don't know, I think it's kind of funny in that way. So I really like this one. And I liked it from the moment I first heard it. I was like, ooh, I like that beat. I like that, like, it's kind of something a little bit different. So I have liked this one since I first heard it. That's a trend with my top 3. Like, my top 3, well, no, that's not true. 2 out of my top 3 I liked from the first moment I heard them. And Glitch was one of them.
Mm-hmm. I think things that are unexpected sometimes are even better in the end.
Yeah. And then later on in the song, she's like, she kind of flips the script and she's like, I think there's been a glitch because now I'm wanting something serious and you don't. And she like kind of talks about how like them breaking up is like, anyway. I could go on, but I won't. I digress.
All right, so I think number 3 for me is Dear Reader. This song is so sweet, and the first time I heard it, I really liked it. Like, sometimes, you know, when you hear a song, like, it has to grow on you, but I really liked it from the first time that I heard it. And, yeah, it has some really good, meaningful messages in it. So there's one line where she says, like, don't take advice from someone who's falling apart or something like that. It's like, wow, that's deep, Tay. So I think it's a really sweet song. I really like that one.
Okay, all right, you're up, number 2.
All right, number 2.
Here we go, top 2.
This is...
Let us know in the comments if any of our rankings so far, we've done 8 through, all the way up through number 2, so it would be like 6 of them, right? 6 or 7. And let us know if any of them have matched your own. Like, was Great War at the bottom for you? Was Dear Reader number 3 for you? Let us know. Let us know in the comments.
So, this was a tough decision. Number 2 for me is Would've, Could've, Should've.
I am shook! I am shook!
For now. That is subject to change, though.
I'm shook. That's not what I was expecting.
So,
there's another comment.
I really, really like this song. You can read it if you want to.
Nate said, Hits Different was on repeat in the car for me like 2 weeks ago.
That is, yeah.
It's very true.
One.
Well, now you know what.
So, you know, when I first heard some of the deluxe tracks, Would've, Could've, Should've was up there for me 100%, even more than the original Midnight's tracks. And it still is. It's still definitely one of my top ones. And after I announced my number 1, which is the last one left, obviously, is Hits Different. I definitely listened to Hits Different a lot more than I listened to Would've, Could've, Should've. But Would've, Could've, Should've is like just wow. And I know we're going to talk about the inspiration behind it at some point. But, you know, on Instagram and stuff, I've seen people say, you know, that was years ago, Taylor. Why are you still writing songs about this? Like, get over it. And it's like, she's literally telling you in the song why she's not over it anymore. And she keeps saying, like, I can't let this go. Like, I fight with you in my sleep. And it just goes to show, like, the things that happen to you when you're young, sometimes you can't let those go for a really long time. And she's, like, replaying in her head, like, what if? And would've, could've, should've. And so it's just, and I don't, you know, I'm not necessarily condoning, like, what Caitlin mentioned earlier, like, living for the thrill of hitting you where it hurts. Like, I'm not necessarily promoting that, but I think that it's really interesting, like, that something that happened to her and, like, that she went through when she was 18, 19, like, she's still writing about now and explaining, like, this is still a huge part of her life. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think overall, I mentioned this a little bit in our last episode, but I think overall, Midnight's really it. I mean, Taylor said when she announced Midnight's that these are the things that keep her up at night. Because she asked the question, like, what keeps you up at night? That was how she announced the album. So these are like her inner demons and her insecurities coming
Yeah.
out. Now that she's an adult, she's had this fame for a very long time, you guys. Like we have to remember that she has been in the spotlight since she was like 14 or 15. Like she started writing when she was around 13-ish, but really started, like her first album came out when she was 15. 15 years old. So she's been in the spotlight for going on 30 years. Like, that's a big deal, and she's dealing with this and all of the drama that surrounds her, both good and bad. I mean, good and bad. She has been this public figure for so long that now we're hearing some of these thoughts come out. And I think that's what makes Midnight's a beautiful album, is that she's being honest and being really, really vulnerable in a way that she's never been vulnerable before. Because before, she would prey on other people's insecurities and would write songs about, what makes people, putting things onto the guys, making them the victim. And now, she's kind of turning it back on herself and is like we're going to talk about anti-hero, but she's like, isn't it exhausting always rooting for the anti-hero? Like, she is the anti-hero. Have you seen the music video? Like, that is herself. So that's what makes this album a really, really beautiful album. Is that, like, you can see it permeating through the lyrics and through the writing, what she's writing about. And we might not have a lot of tea, because I feel like a lot of these songs are about her and her life.
Yeah. One other thing about Would've, Could've, Should've, I do really think that the beat is super, like, I really get into it. Like, contrary to what Caitlin was talking about, the intro, like,
I know.
It's the intros for me. If you know anything about me, if you've been around here for a while, you know the intro, it either makes it or breaks it for me.
To me,
Hoax
with Would've, Could've, Should've,
don't even get
the
me started.
intro is very,
I feel like
it
it's-
reels you in.
I feel like it's up there for me.
Yeah.
Like, even from the first time I heard it, I like sad songs, though, so.
I
I'm
love
a
her
sucker.
sad songs, yes.
All right, Nate also said, question, is maybe Sneaky underrated?
That's a pretty good one.
Question? Like the song Question?
Yeah.
I have a theory about Question. We'll talk about it. I have a theory.
I heard something
And
about it.
If you listen to the lyrics, I don't know. It's pretty convincing. Okay, my number 2 is actually Bigger Than the Whole Sky. I think my phone might have died, guys. It's fine. Is Bigger Than the Whole Sky. Now, when I first heard it, I was kind of underwhelmed, but there's been, again, a trend, and I kind of I don't want to say I fall onto the bandwagon, but I guess, joined the bandwagon of the following behind this song, because a lot of women are playing this song to describe their feelings about a miscarriage or infertility.
I wouldn't have thought about it that way.
Yeah.
And if you listen to it, it makes sense. Like, you were big, goodbye, you're bigger than the whole sky.
Really sad.
That's actually,
it's a very
it's a really
sad,
good song.
Powerful,
Yeah.
it's a very powerful connection to the
Yeah.
song, and I've been fortunate to meet and talk with women who are suffering from infertility and going through infertility treatment and have suffered miscarriages, and I know several women have, and it's a very common phenomenon that isn't talked about enough. And I think this song is giving people an outlet to do that, and I love it for that reason. And as somebody who is going through a fertility process and having a hard time conceiving and going down the possible fertility treatment route, it's something that means a lot to me, because I feel it. I feel it in my bones of all those women. And so for me, that's why it's number 2. I'm all in for that beat. And now, did Taylor write it for that reason? I doubt it. We might never know.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Or maybe she
honest.
wrote it about someone else.
Maybe it's written about somebody else,
Yeah.
something that they experienced, because she did that. She's done that before. She's done that with Ronan. So it's not out of the question that it was written for that reason on behalf of somebody else. Only she will know. But that is if you haven't listened to that song, I encourage you to listen to Bigger Than the Whole Sky and think of it from that perspective of a woman who has lost a child for whatever reason, is struggling to conceive. I would encourage you to listen to it with that frame of reference, because it makes the song mean a lot more.
Sometimes
and it makes
me
really, really
tear
beautiful.
up, listening to it.
It does, yeah. Listening to it, women listening to it on your period, especially if you're trying to conceive, is not a good idea. Not a good idea. I was like sobbing.
I don't know. Nate has an emoji. It's the...
Is it like crying?
No, what's the one with the zipper? Zipper.
Oh, I think he's still talking about question.
Oh.
Like his lips are sealed for the question
my
theory.
gosh.
So that was my number 2.
Yeah, it's a really sad song, but a very beautiful song.
Yeah, it is.
Like I said,
Very
I think
beautifully
it's
written.
up there with All Too Well.
Yeah, and it has a nice, like, lullaby sort of feel. It gives me a lot of, like, Never Grow Up vibes, and, like, some of the Speak Now more lullaby-y ones. So I like the sound of it, too. But it's just very, very beautiful and very powerful, and for the women who have identified with that in whatever way, know that you have an outlet here, and I'll be happy to pray for you and work with you through that, because we all need each other.
You're not alone.
You're not alone. So, by process of elimination, we have deduced, or you might have deduced, that my number 1 is Dear Reader. I absolutely love it. Loved it from the first moment that I heard it. It has not changed. And to me, this song reads as a letter to the fans, a letter to her listeners. Dear Reader. And I just love that. I love the theme. I love some of the lyrics. I do really like the line about, like, you wouldn't want to take my advice if you knew who, or you wouldn't take my advice if you knew who was talking, if you knew where I was walking, to a house, not a home, all alone. Like, it's deep. It's deep. And I love the, like, discard all your past lives. If you don't recognize yourself, you're probably doing it right. And if you aim at the devil, make sure you don't miss. Like, there's so many good lines in this song. So many.
Yeah, there definitely are.
So this one was the one, as soon as I heard it, first time we ever listened to Midnights, I was like, ooh, that's a good song. That's a good song. And every time I listen to it, I'm like, yes. So much yes for Dear Reader. Just love it.
He said that was for her theory. I don't know about which one, but...
Yeah. Something. And your number 1, by deduction, is...
Hits Different.
Shocking. I was expecting What If Could Have Should Have. Really.
Yeah, that's a tough one. But see, I found myself listening to Hits Different a lot more frequently than any of the other deluxe tracks. And Caitlin and I talked about this a while back ago. Like, I think that I've realized that in order to consider a song on an album of hers my favorite, it doesn't always have to be, like, lyrically my favorite or, like, something like that. Sometimes it's just, like, if you turn a song on and you're more inclined to be, like, dancing to it and, like, singing along to it.
Yes.
And I think that's me with Hits Different. I don't know why. Like, I can just find myself bursting out into a song, and, like, particularly that song, like, Catastrophic Blues. Like, you know? So, yeah. And, like, I know that it's very contrary to what I said about Bigger Than the Whole Sky, because Hits Different is similar to that lyrically, where she's like, moving on was always easy for me to do, but it hits different because it's you, you know. But I guess I am looking past that because I really like it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's, like,
It is
very
a good
vulnerable and open, though, about what she's going through, too, at the same time. But, like,
Yeah.
I just think it's very catchy and fun to sing along to.
And then, like,
fun
I
to
think
jam
it's
out
one of
to.
the, like, first lines where she's like, I saw you with other girls, and I threw up on the
And
street.
I like that line, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it makes you
Again,
so sick to your stomach.
Yes. And that's the thing. It's like, yes, like you said, it makes you sick to your stomach, and, like, these are all real, raw emotions that you feel after you leave somebody or somebody leaves you.
Yeah.
This is a whole nother discussion that we're going to get into. I still do not understand why Taylor and Joe broke up. We're not going to go into depth on this right now, because we could talk about this for an hour probably. But I just don't understand. Understand how you could be with somebody
Have
for
you
that
heard
long.
Losing Me?
Yes.
I don't think I have. I don't think I've listened to that one yet. I guess that one technically
That
could have
one's-
been included in this because
Yeah. That
I
that
think
one's
you can find it
like
on YouTube.
a Midnight's song. So
I
I
know
guess
it's-
we're not including all of them. We might have to come back to that one next time to give me a chance. Because I have not. I've heard, like, part of it.
Because there's one line, she's like...
Oh, it's called You're Losing Me, right?
Yeah.
You're Losing
But
Me.
she's like, I wouldn't marry me either.
Yes.
So
Yes,
yeah,
that
chronic
it
people
just-
pleaser or something.
Yes,
like that.
it just
yeah.
unravels. Like then we go to Champagne Problems. Like who was that song about? That's a
It's
different
probably one of
album.
my favorite songs.
Yeah.
That's a different album. We're not gonna get into it, but see, this is why you guys have to keep coming back because all of this stuff needs to be unpacked. All has to be unpacked. Okay, we have several minutes left in this episode, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into the tea portion of the Midnight album. However, I need to go get my research device, so I will be right back. Okay, here we go. So do we want to just go in order? Might as well. We'll just take turns and go in order because I didn't do any fun picking out of a hat this time. So we'll just go right down the list. So we'll start with Lavender Haze, see what we can find. I mean, lyrically, if we think about the theme of this song, I think, for some people I know have a hard time, like, deciphering, like, what is she talking about? What is this song about? And we actually had a discussion about this song, like, what it means and what she was writing about. So we had, like, a full, we're talking 20, 25-minute conversation about Lavender Haze and what it means. And this was right before the Eras Tour, too, so it's perfect. For me, this is my interpretation. I feel like Lavender Haze, she's in the love bubble, like we talked about, but people are pressuring her, or whomever the character is, we're not yet saying that it's Taylor, whomever the character is, they're pressuring her to get married, and she doesn't want it, she doesn't want that label. She just, I feel the Lavender Haze creeping up on me, and she doesn't want the pressure of being married. She just wants to stay in this, like, love bubble lavender haze of, like, they're happy the way that they are, so just stay out of it, sort of a vibe. And they don't want, why be married? Let's just, like, stay how we are. That's how I interpret it. And there are other lyrics in the song where it kind of looks like it's a juxtaposition where it's like she's almost arguing with herself, like, I don't want to be married, but at the same time, like I'm not a one-night stand either, so I don't want you to just write me off because I'm, like, again, she's conflicted. Like, she wants to get married because of these reasons, but she doesn't because of these reasons, and, like, the whole song is just her just saying, like, why can't we just stay in this lavender haze? Like, why does it have to be one or the other? Yeah. That's my interpretation. Anybody else? All in favor say no. Just kidding.
Or there's, like, no in between the two.
Yeah, right, exactly. Oh no, I don't need that. I want just. Oh, I've got so much
Or she's
stuff
like,
on this
that
tablet.
1950s shit they want for me.
Mm-hmm. Which that's where, like, the marital pressure comes in. Because she's like, I don't. Like, she talks a little bit. It kind of goes down like a. Not really a gender role rabbit hole, but she kind of starts to go there a little bit with, like, she's like, that's not me, it's not who I am. Let's see. She does talk a lot in the song about, like, I've been under scrutiny, you handle it beautifully, which that is, like, Joe Alwyn was known for that. Like, that was how their relationship started, was, like, she wanted to keep it very low-key so the public didn't know about it and they could just be happy and be themselves without the paparazzi and without everything. So it lines up that it would be about him and their relationship. I'm going to see what I can find. Otherwise, doing research on let's see. Ooh. Hey, I found a Rolling Stone article. Taylor Swift reveals how dealing with weird rumors about Joe Alwyn relationship inspired a Midnight's track. Let's see. Swift says, this is from Rolling Stone, she first stumbled across the title for her opening track, Lavender Haze, while watching Mad Men, quickly realized she could relate to its meaning. Says, ever the romantic, she was struggling, blah, blah, blah. The singer traced it back to the 1950s, realized it was rooted in a notion that echoes the approach she's taken in her relationship with Joe Alwyn. Happened upon these are Taylor's words, quoted in Rolling Stone, I happened upon the phrase Lavender Haze watching Mad Men, and I looked it up because I thought it sounded cool. It turns out that it's a common phrase used in the 50s where they would just describe being in love. You were in the lavender haze, then that meant that you were in that all-encompassing love glow, and I thought that was really beautiful. Theoretically, she's continued, when you're in a lavender haze, you'll do anything to stay there and not let people bring you down off of that cloud. I think a lot of people have to deal with this now, not just quote-unquote public figures. We live in the era of social media, and if the world finds out you're in love with somebody, they're going to weigh in on it. And that's it. So it is rumored to be, like, she heard it, and, let's see, and then, later on in the article, same article, my relationship for 6 years, we've had to dodge weird rumors, tabloid stuff. We just ignore it. She said, this song is sort of about the act of ignoring this stuff to protect the real stuff. Hope you guys like it. Let's see. It says, Swift also revealed the remaining songs that make up... Okay, no, that's this too. So, yeah. About her, and not necessarily about her, but just about the feeling of that lavender haze, and how she just wants to stay in it.
Yes. It's a fun song.
Anything different?
I was actually looking at Maroon. The next one.
Okay, cool. Go right ahead.
So, there's this article, Cosmopolitan article, and it says, our top 3 picks for who Taylor Swift Maroon lyrics are about.
Ooh.
So, the first theory is, drumroll, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh! Shocker. I mean, we should have known. Maroon is a shade of red.
Some fans see the glaring parallels to Red and figure Maroon as actually a revisitation of Taylor's 2010 romance with Jake, which was heavily chronicled in her 4th studio album.
Talk about that.
If this is who the track is dedicated to, it could mean that Taylor, now around the same age Jake was when they dated, is using it as a retrospective of sorts. After all, the imagery between the song's lyrics and those in Red are very similar. Here's a snippet of Maroon, and then it gives like some lines here. The burgundy on my t-shirt, when you splashed your wine into me, and how the blood rushed into my cheeks, so scarlet it was. Maroon.
There are a lot of references to Red.
Yeah.
Like, lyrically, there are a lot of references to the color. The color red.
Yeah, and then it just compares it to a few lines from the chorus of Red. And it says, Taylor also begins the song by saying, and I chose you, and it ends with, and I lost you, which checks out with what we know to be the story between her and Jake. I mean, have you seen the all too well 10-minute version vid?
No.
So that's the first theory. And the second theory in this article of Cosmopolitan is Harry Styles. It says, although we don't know for sure how or why things ended between Taylor and Harry, we do have him to thank for a number of certifiable bangers like Style and Out of the Woods. Some fans think Maroon could be another tune they'll lose to Harry. An eagle-eyed fan even pointed out that the lines, the burgundy on my t-shirt when you splashed your wine into me, possibly plays off the One Direction song Olivia, which has the following lyrics. Just thinking how I went about it wrong. This isn't the stain of a red wine. I'm bleeding love.
I haven't heard that song, so I don't know.
And then it says, also when the two celebs were together, they were notably in a long-distance relationship, so the line, the rust that grew between telephones, could possibly refer to their romance fizzling out because of the distance. Anywho, I don't know if that's really enough evidence, but personal opinion. And then the third theory within this article is Tom Hiddleston. Who could forget that one? Yeah. Who could forget Hiddleswift? I haven't heard that one either. That's what it says. Some theorize that Maroon could be about the singer's ex, Tom, because of the lyrics, the one I was dancing with in New York, no shoes. In case you don't remember, Taylor infamously danced with Tom at the 2016 Met Gala in, yep, you guessed it, New York City.
Yep, you guessed it.
So, not much evidence there either, really. I think more clues point to Jake, but we don't know that.
Right.
So, interesting. So, I'll have for that one.
Alright. Well, number 3 on the Midnight's album is Anti-Hero, which I love. It's probably my favorite song on the album. I know it's kind of got that overplayedness going on right now, but every time I hear it, that opening beat, man, again, I'm telling you, I am either sold or turned away by the intros. And that, opening, I'm just, yes, all in. So, we've talked about this a little bit already. Anti-hero, however you want to say it. I think different people say it different ways. Taylor says it's about exactly what we said it was about, her insecurities. In a quote that she gave to American Songwriter, she said that it was inspired by her nightmares and her issues with self-hatred. And then on Instagram, she said, I don't think I've delved this far into my insecurities in this detail before. I struggle a lot with the idea that my life has become unmanageably sized, and not to sound too dark, I struggle with the idea of not feeling like a person. This song is a real guided tour throughout all of the things I tend to hate about myself. We all hate things about ourselves. It's all of those aspects of the things we dislike and like about ourselves that we have to come to terms with if we're going to be this person. So yeah, I like Antihero a lot because I think it's really honest. So it is. It's about her, and I think the music video does a good job of portraying that like she is her own worst enemy. And I think the bridge of that song is very creative. I think it's very clever. And I do think that would be a fear. Like, that would be a legitimate fear. If you were this mega pop star, you would think that people were marrying you for your money, so that way you could give money to all of your kids. I think that is a legitimate fear.
Yeah.
So it makes this song a lot more powerful because these are things that she struggles with.
Yeah.
And, like, you can hear that in the lyrics. And I love it. I love how honest it is. I love how vulnerable it is. It's why I love it so much. It's got some really, really good lines. But I think the verses are good. The chorus is good.
Yeah, it is a really good song.
Just all good.
Yeah. All right, next is Snow on the Beach. Oh, anything else?
Nope,
Okay.
that's
Snow on the Beach. Now, I've already heard / read theories about this one. I did look it up just to double check. Basically, what this one is about, or what it's believed to be about, is just kind of like when you are falling in love with somebody and they're also falling in love with you at the same time. It's this really bizarre thing that's like rare and beautiful all at the same time. So like, same as snow on the beach. And she even says it in the song, like, weird but effing beautiful. Like, how often do you see snow on the beach, and how often do you see something so beautiful and so, like, wonderful? And so she's kind of comparing it. It's like a metaphor to, like, this situation where she's, like, loving someone and being loved in return. And it's just, like, a really, like, I think it's a really cool metaphor, too, because if I picture snow on the beach, it's, like, really relaxing and soft and, like, laid back and just very, like,
interesting, but yeah, bizarre, and like,
yeah.
It shouldn't be happening, but it is.
Yeah.
And there's another one, Snow on the Beach, featuring more Lana.
Yes, correct. A newer, yes, on the, I think it was on the Till Dawn edition. If you have the Till Dawn edition, there's another bonus track of Snow on the Beach featuring more Lana, which Lana actually sings the second verse.
Mm-hmm.
And comes in more in the chorus, because people were a little bit sad that there wasn't,
I was more
and I believe that this is about Joe. This is also what this article that I have pulled up right now. It says in the article, we can only assume it's about her boyfriend of 6 years, Joe Alwyn, which I also personally assumed that it was about him. So, yeah. That's all I got for that one.
All right. Moving on to our track 5, and on Midnights, our track 5 is You're on Your Own, Kid. This one really grew on me. Like, the first time I heard it, I was like, it's alright. And then the more that I listened to it, especially the bridge, I was like, ooh, okay, it's pretty good. And that's now one of my favorites. Definitely in the top 3. The bridge, especially, is one of the best, I think, that she's written. And in case you didn't know, this is where the friendship bracelets came from. The friendship bracelets were manifested from this song. In the bridge, she says, make the friendship bracelets, seize the moment, and taste it. And Swifties took that and ran to the moon.
Oh, did they?
Like, to the moon. That's where the friendship bracelets came from. It was not mentioned in any other album prior to Midnights. So, in a few months of time, Swifties made that a thing. So, you're welcome.
And she just got one from NSYNC.
A friendship bracelet?
Oh. So they presented her the award. And they it was
that's
Lance
cute.
That gave her the friendship bracelet.
Wow. So that is a little piece of information in case you didn't know. People have actually asked me, like, where did the friendship bracelets come from? What's with the friendship bracelets? And friendship bracelet making kits are everywhere now, so all of your major retailers have been stocked to the nines with friendship bracelet making things. I'm looking at my beads right now as we speak. But I think it's like middle schoolers are into it, 7th and 8th graders, like all ages of people are
You
making
didn't make
friendship
friendship
bracelets.
bracelets, though.
You don't have to be
I
any
saw
certain
like
age
Channing
anymore at this
Tatum
point.
made friendship bracelets. Like everybody is in on it, and it came from this song. The meaning behind this song, in case like, it's not written about anybody else. It's not necessarily written about Taylor, but there are very obvious things that point to Taylor. I'm on American Songwriter again, and they say that You're on Your Own Kid is one of Swift's most narrative songs in recent years. Each of the verses tells one piece of Swift's story, and if it depends on how deep into the Swiftie verse that you are, but if you know anything about like the inspiration for Clean, for example, if you know anything about her struggles and her battles with Scooter Braun, if you know anything about her battles with anorexia, depending on how much you know about her and you follow her, then you can hear the parallels in this song. I starved my I hosted parties and starved my body like I'd be saved by a perfect kiss. Jokes weren't funny. I took the money. Like, all of that is, like, recent. Like, she took the money, and my friends from home, they don't know what to say. I look around in a blood-soaked gown. Like, it's just, she's just retelling her story. She talks earlier in the song about writing songs in my room, picking petals, he loves me not. Like, she's, again, just retelling her narrative of, like, writing songs in her bedroom about boys that loved her or didn't love her, and then getting in a taxi and trying to go and make it big. Like, if you listen to the lyrics, it does sound like it's her story, even though she hasn't come out and been like, oh yeah, this is my story. It's kind of her story. It's kind of in there. But yeah, this is where the friendship bracelets came from. So you can thank You're on Your Own Kid. And now if you're watching this video and you're like, it's an interesting piece of information, now you can go and tell all of your friends. If people, where's this friendship bracelet thing coming from? You can say, oh, it's based on her song, You're on Your Own Kid. And that's it. That's all I got. It's about her and her life and her struggles. It's a good song, though. Love it. Love, love, love. All right, let's check our time.
Yeah, we've got about 5 minutes left.
Do we think we have time for one more? Or do we just want to save?
We could probably save it.
Okay.
Because I feel like this next one is one that there are a few theories about, so we could probably dive into it a little bit and maybe have some discussion. Midnight Rain.
Oh, that's why I don't know what it is, because I almost always skip it.
Yeah. That's why. I figured you'd be real excited to talk about that one. But there is a little bit of confusion around that one and the inspiration behind it. And there are multiple theories behind that one. So
yes, and have you heard, I think you told me this actually, that the voice in Midnight Rain, which I hate, the low voice, is actually Taylor, just on a synth. It's just her, but they've like adapted her voice.
Anna that maybe told us that. Yeah.
Hey, I learned it from TikTok.
Yeah, which makes me like it a little bit more, but I did listen to it in full the other day in preparation for this video, so you guys should.
Okay, I heard it's about 1% in particular.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I did not. When I listened to it again, I felt like I again felt like it was about her. Like, he was sunshine, I was midnight rain.
Yeah, like she's making the focus more about her. Right?
Yeah.
But like still, even then, like there's got to be a someone who she's referring to.
I guess I just assumed it was Joe, because I don't know.
Maybe.
The more I listened to Midnights and knowing that they broke up, I feel like he wanted to get married and she didn't. That's my feeling. And that's where the personality differences came from.
Yeah, a lot to unpack here because I have some thoughts around all of that too. But I know we are like running very short on time.
Next time. Let's put a pin.
Yes.
In it.
Midnight Rain next time.
Midnight Rain on through the end. Which will be interesting. There's not, that's the thing about this album, I think, because it was her most recent, and, she had, at this point, she's done Midnights. We know Lover was mostly about Joe, and a lot of Reputation was about Joe, so Joe helped her write Folklore and Evermore, so I don't know if it's just she's like, I don't have anybody, or maybe the next album will have more people on it, the Karma album, but maybe that'll have a lot.
We don't know that yet.
I don't know. That's a whole nother discussion because there is
Trigger.
a whole fan base that is very dead set on the Karma album and thinks that that's what's next.
They're probably right because they always are somehow.
Yeah, I know. Literally.
Yeah.
They always are right. But anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you all so much for your comments and your contributions to our conversation. If you are watching this on YouTube, the next episode in the series will be dropping very soon, so make sure you come over, follow us on Instagram so you can be here live and part of the discussion. Otherwise, you can comment there on YouTube as well. Let us know what your thoughts are. And the trajectory of this series is we're going to meet again in a couple weeks. We're going to do Midnight's episode 2. And then, hopefully, we're going to be able to do Evermore before 1989. Taylor's version. Wait, would it be Evermore or would it be Red Taylor's version? I think it would be Red Taylor's version, actually, because we're going in reverse. We're trying to go in reverse chronological, like, in that she released them. So I think it would be Red Taylor's version, because that came after Evermore. So just kidding. We're going to do Midnight and then Red Taylor's version.
Fearless Taylor's version came
after Evermore also.
Yeah, so it was like Evermore, then Fearless Taylor's version, then Red Taylor's.
Yeah.
So I think it will be
So we're going to be Red. Oh, somebody just joined right at the very end.
Prince.
Oh, he always joins my videos. Hello. Thank you. We're about ready to log off for tonight, but you can re-watch the video back or go check it out on YouTube. But yeah, so we're going to do Midnight's, then Red Taylor's version. Hopefully get both of those done before 1989 Taylor's version, and then we'll meet again, talk about 1989 Taylor's version. My least favorite album, but it's okay. There's got to be one, right? You can't love them all. It's got to be...
I don't know.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I'm
excited for Wonderland Taylor's version. I'm excited for that. But yeah, and then we'll just work our way back. This is a good series because it gives us lots of content.
Yeah.
There's so much to talk about, and she keeps releasing more, so then we'll be doing this when we're 80. No, this rate, she's still going to keep going. There's going to be a greatest hits tour. We're 75, and she's 82.
She'll probably have a show in Las Vegas.
Oh, she probably will. Troy residency. Yes. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I apologize that we had to move it from last night to tonight. Last night would have been perfect because last night was the 13th, so it would have been perfect, but unfortunately I had a clinic for judging as that season is getting ready to start up as well. So life's about to get a little bit more busy, but thank you all for making a little bit of slice of time in your evening for us, and we look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode. So, anything else?
I don't think so. Thanks for hopping on.
Thank you so much to
Thank
our
you,
moderator, to A-Fish, who normally is our #1 fan, but she has worked her way up and is now a crew member and is our moderator and was
now
reading
my
the comments
husband's the #1 fan.
and responding and all of that, so we could keep the conversation going. And we got through a lot tonight. We got through a big chunk of conversation. So, and an update: the French vanilla tea is very yummy.
It was really good.
So, we will see you guys in the next episode, which will be, 2 weeks? September 27th?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks from Wednesday, September 27th. Oh, exactly 1 month from 1989 Taylor's version.
This is true.
Perfect.
We are counting down.
Perfect. That'd be great. 30 days. Bye, everyone!